Hey, y'all, welcome back. I got a nice spot here down by the river for this one, overlooking the mountains out there. Figured it'd be a nice spot for y'all to listen to me ramble. But anyway, I got a question for you. Do y'all remember how to have a toxic relationship? Well, if you don't, the 50 Shades series has you covered because they made more than one movie. In fact, they made three of them. And I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm here on the second one, 50 Shades Darker. And if you don't remember what happened in the first movie, I made a video on it recently, so you may want to go back and watch that one first. I ain't too good with the whole technology thing, but I'll try to pop it up here so you can check it out if you want. But if you ain't got time for that, the gist of it was that there was a girl named Anastasia Steele, and she fell for a guy named Christian Grey. And it was an on again, off again relationship that was not great because Christian was a billionaire that was very controlling and really liked to spank and whip butts. And Anastasia had never done anything like that. In fact, she was a virgin. So she bailed out of the relationship, and he tried to make her sign a contract to let him do whatever he wanted to her. The whole thing was a big mess. But anyway, the movie ended with her leaving and Christian down bad. But when we start off in this one, of course, it starts off with Christian stalking Anastasia, and he stalks her into downtown Seattle where he corners her, and he admits that he's desperate. Okay, he says, I gotta have you back. Okay, I need you, babe. I need you bad. In fact, I need you so bad that I'm willing to go vanilla on the contract, meaning that there will be no more butt whipping. Okay, I don't have to spank you no more. I'm willing to go on dates and do all the normal stuff. That's how desperate I am. Okay, I'll be normal for you. And Anastasia, she accepts. She says, I broke up with you about 20 times, but this sounds all right. All I ever wanted was to date somebody without getting my butt turned purple. So if you could do that, you got some other stuff going for you, so I'll give it another try. Why not? So that's how it kicks off, but there's a big problem, real big problem, okay? And the problem is that Anastasia's boss, a man by the name of Jack Hyde, he wants Anastasia for himself. And good old Jack Hyde, he starts creeping on her, and he eventually tricks her to go into the bar with him. And pretty much as soon as they're in the bar together, Christian somehow knows about it, and he busts in there and he's like, man, what the hell? I'm her boyfriend, dude. And Jack's like, well, so what, buddy? I'm her boss. and Christian, he don't like that too much. He says, okay, well, you know what? I'm a billionaire, and guess what? I just bought your goddamn company, and now I'm your boss. So, things getting a little bit heated. So Anastasia jumps in there. She's like, calm down, Christian, okay? The Christian's like, man, I'm not calming down. This Jack Hyde guy is driving me fucking crazy. And Anastasia, she's like, okay, I get it. I get it. This Jack guy, he's a real piece of work. But listen, let's go do some rich people stuff to de-stress. Okay, I know that works for you. So let's go do some rich people stuff. So they go to a big ball. I guess you'd call it a masquerade. I don't really know about this stuff, but it's evidently where a bunch of rich people, they go to a mansion and they wear some weird masks and they walk around all dolled up, and they got a little champagne glasses with little tiny forks, and they tap their glasses and make speeches and stuff. Everybody feels real important and just kind of circle jerks over how fancy everything is. So while they're at the masquerade, Anastasia goes to the bathroom where, lo and behold, a creepy old lady corners her out of nowhere and is like, hey, little lady, listen up. I know Christian better than anybody, And I'm here to tell you, if you don't let him whip that ass of yours, he gonna leave you. In fact, he might leave your little pancake butt anyway, because you suck, and I'm not impressed by you one bit. And Anastasia's like, lady, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, and how do you know about the butt spanking? And the creepy lady don't answer nothing. She just turns around and leaves. So while they were trying to de-stress, stuff just kept getting worse. So they try to de-stress again by going on Christian's yacht, and they're sailing around having a great time. And as soon as they come back to town, some other bullshit goes down. So the whole de-stressing thing ain't working out too well for him. But anyway, the next day at work, take a wild guess what happens. Jack Hyde tries to bang Anastasia in his office. He brings her in there and slams the damn door shut behind her. And it's like, hey, listen here. That Christian guy you're with, he's a slack-jawed, limp-wristed baby boy. And if you've never been with a real man, you need to let me, Jack Hyde, show you what it's like. Because I tell you what, if you think Christian's good in the sack, I'm 10 times better than that little boy. And of course, this doesn't work too well. Anastasia seems kind of the opposite of turned on by this whole maneuver. And as soon as she tells Christian, he's like, man, God damn it, I knew it. And he fires Jack Hyde because he bought the company. Yeah, I don't know if I made that clear, but Christian's a billionaire and basically can buy whatever he wants. So he bought the company and he fires Jack Hyde. So anyway, they need to do some more rich people de-stressing because it seems like every time they get relaxed, something crazy happens. So Christian says, hey, why don't you move into my penthouse, Anastasia? Why don't you go ahead and move all your junk in there and, you'll be living large and, we'll be able to relax fully. So she's like, all right, why not? It's not like we've broken up 30 times before. I'm sure this will go great. So she moves in with him. And when she moves in, she goes up to the top floor in the penthouse all by herself. And pretty much as soon as she walks in the door, a crazy ex-girlfriend of Christian comes creeping out of the closet with a gun. And the crazy ex is like, hey, you little bitch. I let Christian spank me on the butt all he wanted, and he still dumped my ass. So what do you have that I don't, that you're moving in with him, and he don't even spank you? And Anastasia's sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on? Right about the time Christian busts through the door and uses his domination powers to force his ex-girlfriend to submit, he's like, get on the ground and present them butt cheeks. And she says, sir, yes, sir. She gets straight down, and he starts spanking her to punish her. And he's going to town. And Anastasia, she's sitting there watching, and she freaks out. She's like, okay, this is... why am I moving in with this guy? So, this is insane. So she wigs out, she leaves. And of course, it's not long before Christian tracks her down and explains that the maneuver that he used was the only way to disarm his ex-girlfriend. And if you thought he was desperate before, he's even more desperate now because he asked Anastasia to marry him. And unfortunately, Anastasia's a little bit turned off by the desperation, so she says, let's take a rain check on that. Okay, I'll consider it, but yeah, I'll get back to you. So anyway, if you hadn't seen my first video, you would have missed it, but whenever things are going bad in this series, Christian seems to cope by going up into the sky in one of his dinky aircraft. I don't know necessarily why that helps. Flying planes is a little stressful in a lot of ways. But anyway, he goes up in his dinky helicopter and the lack of emphasis on routine maintenance finally catches up to him, and the engine blows out, and the damn thing falls out of the sky, strikes the ground, and explodes. And Anastasia and Christian's family are sitting at home watching the news, and they're like, damn, man, this guy's dead, ain't he? He's dead as hell. There's no way to survive that. But there's a plot twist. And the plot twist is that Christian has done so many pull-ups and planks and push-ups that he's immune to explosions, and he survived. Okay, he arrives back at the penthouse in a dirty shirt. Evidently, his shirt was also immune to the explosion. And pretty much immediately, Anastasia accepts his proposal for marriage, because she's like, Jesus, man, you know, this guy, if he can survive an explosion, that's probably a good trait for my children to inherit. I would like my children to also be immune to explosions. And can you blame her? I mean, that's some next level shit. So anyway, all is good in the world at this point, and they throw a big engagement party to celebrate. And if you've been following the trends in this movie, that's about the time something crazy's about to happen. And of course it does. The crazy old lady from the masquerade crashes the damn party. She shows up while Christian's making his announcement that he and Anastasia are gonna get married. And she's like, yeah, Christian, shut up, okay? No one's buying this. This whole marriage is a sham. And guess what, Anastasia? Your ass is still gonna get dumped. And of course, that whole sentiment ain't very popular. You know, there's a saying that you gotta know your audience. And this crazy old lady, I appreciate her conviction and her resolve, but this is not the right time or place. So anyway, people start slapping her and throwing drinks in her face, and they pretty much throw her out of there like a cartoon character. So, once again, all is right in the world, and Christian slams his knee to the ground and proposes, while a bunch of fireworks go off in the background, and once again, everything is great until there's another problem, okay? Got another problem here. Because the camera zooms out across the lake, and guess who's sitting there watching the festivities? It's none other than Jack Hyde. And the thing about Jack is he looks like absolute shit, okay? He is down horrendous. You've never seen a man down this bad. You've never seen a man more desperate. And for some reason, he is now obsessed with Anastasia, and he wants Christian dead. And the way they show this is because Jack's holding a picture of Anastasia and Christian, and he takes his cigarette, puts it on Christian's face, and burns it to a crisp. And in the mind of Jack Hyde, he's like, as long as I'm drawing breath, there is still a chance, God damn it. And, well, that's how it ends. The pulse pounding second entry in this series that I have no idea, not a clue why I'm watching. But like I said before, I'm retired, so I got nothing better to do. And I don't know why I'm going to do it, but I will be back with the third and final entry of this trilogy to see what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and call it now. I'm calling a Jack Hyde and crazy old lady team up. You know, I think if they combine powers, they might have what it takes to bring down the billionaire playboy and little Miss Tushy Spanks. But anyway, I didn't know if y'all remembered that. And if you like remembering things with me, you can click the button down there to check in when I talk about some other stuff. But anyway, I appreciate y'all being here, and I'll talk to you again soon.